Check. Are we live? Are we live? Check, check, check. It's been a while since I could be on a stream. I know. And tonight is brought to you by Miller High Life. Grab a taste of the high life. Who are you talking to? Truman Show is free on YouTube, by the way. Great show. Great show. Can you hear me? Check 1, 2. Is everything working? It's been a great few days. It's been a great few days. Geoff Johns has been exonerated by, this Hollywood Reporter article, which confirms everything I've already been saying about Geoff Johns' role in all this. And by God, did you all do him dirty? By God, did all of you do him dirty? The most prestigious comic book writer of the last 20 years, responsible for anything good that's happened in the DC universe. And y'all just threw him under the bus. First chance you had. First chance you had, you threw him under the bus. But according to the Hollywood Reporter article, which gathers all of Ray Fisher's true statements, right? And it gathers Warner Brothers' side of it, and it also talks to Geoff Johns' representatives. It also talks to Geoff Johns' representatives. So we're going to read a few passages from that article, right? But first, I want to talk about something else, something related to the channel. Put that on silent. Something related to the channel. I had a video blow up just in the last couple weeks. What's up, Watcher? Right? Yeah, I'm sure you watched. I'm sure you read the Hollywood Reporter article about Ray Fisher opening up about Justice League and Joss Whedon. Got it. It just goes to everything I've been saying about Geoff Johns. He really had no power. He was just a mediator. And he's getting thrown under the bus for no reason, other than the fact that people have a target on his back. Anyway, let's go back to the video. There was a video on my channel that blew up this week. I was a little surprised it got blown up. I uploaded this video about a year ago, about a little over a year ago. I'm not going to share audio, but, you could see it. Zack Snyder's Justice League. I don't know if you can see the view count. 353,000 views. 353,000 views in just the last 2 weeks, because this video only had about like 4,000 views a couple weeks ago. And then all of a sudden it gets over 300,000. It's going towards 400,000. This video is blowing up like crazy. And it's what I took Zack Snyder's reactions from BVS when Batman's killing. I took those reactions and I just spliced it into a video. Obviously, I made a couple of the reactions more funnier to make it funnier. And look, it blew up. We're approaching 400,000 views on that little funny video. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? What's up, Shadow Vessel? What's up? Lots of stuff is up. But yeah, like that video was only at less than 5,000, and then like in 2 weeks, I'm getting almost 400,000. It's a big hit. It's a big hit. I'm a little shocked it happened, and I've gotten lots of new subscribers from it. I've gotten almost like 300 new subscribers from it. So welcome one and all to this train wreck of a channel, a train wreck that's right sometimes. Been right a few times, especially about this Geoff Johns character, because I'm one of the few people that actually followed his career, and I have more insight on Geoff Johns than people like, Dave the Film Junkie. Thank you, Watcher. Thank you, Watcher. But we're not going to read. Chavez. So I saw Hot Takes live stream on the interview. Which interview? Are you talking about this Hollywood Reporter article? Yeah, I'm talking about this. I'm not talking about the Terrio thing that happened. I don't fucking care what Terrio has to say. What's the last good movie he wrote? Fucking Argo? I like BVS. Not many people do. His Justice League is not that good. Facts. And Rise of Skywalker is just terrible. Just a terrible, crime against humanity is Rise of Skywalker. And guess who wrote that movie? Chris Terrio. Just a fucking travesty. But let's go to this Hollywood Reporter article where Ray Fisher shares some words. Ray Fisher shares some words. Oh, the Fisher one. Oh, so you are talking about the Fisher one. Yes, that's what I'm going to be talking about here. Yes, this is a good place to start in the article because it talks a little bit about Josh Whedon right here, and then it goes into Geoff Johns, and then like everything that Geoff Johns representatives say, like totally shit all over like everything Ray Fisher said. It's incredible. It's incredible. But first, let's have a Miller Lite pregame. We got 32 ounces. WWE should sell DC Universal. That's never going to happen. Get out of here, Troy James. Get out of here. Hosea says he's back and forth with the comedy marks. Wow. That's funny. Are they streaming right now? Oh, they are streaming right now. Oh, my bad. Oh, well. Oh, well. I'm going to talk about this right now. All right. So we're going to share the screen. Share screen. Blah, blah, blah. Ray Fisher. Share. Okay. Is that too much of the screen? Is this better for y'all? Is this better for your eyes? You want to see my face, right? My beautiful, sexy face. Excuse me. Excuse me. Here, this is the part I want to read first. I know there's a bunch. This is a huge article, by the way. If you guys haven't read it, I think I have a link to it in the description. Go ahead and read it. What's up, Danielle? Bolivia. Welcome from Bolivia. I don't know where Bolivia is. I have to look at a goddamn map. Anyway, first thing, Ray Fisher opens up about Justice League of Josh Whedon. When new filming proceeded under Whedon, Fisher says he came to feel that he had to explain some of the most basic points of what would be offensive to the black community. As if Ray Fisher speaks for the black community because he's black. I don't know, a little racist to me, Ray Fisher. What, you speak for all black people just because you're black, Ray Fisher? And you grew up in a, upper middle class family? So you should speak on behalf of all black people, Ray Fisher. No one else going to point out how fucking ridiculous that is? Okay. After Fisher's representatives were told that we didn't plan to make major revisions to the film, he flew from New Jersey to meet with the filmmaker in LA. I know Ray Fisher's struggling, guys. He had to get a plane flight from New Jersey to Los Angeles. He's feeling the, he's feeling the struggle right now. When the two met at a bar, Fisher says Whedon was tiptoeing around the fact that everything was changing. As he left the meeting, Fisher was handed the revised script, which he read twice on the plane back home. Oh, man. Man, he had to read it twice on the plane ride in first class back home? What? Oh, man. Fisher, I know, it's so bad. You had to read your script revisions on the way back home. Gone was Cyborg's traumatic backstory. His relationship with his mother, whose loving scenes with her sons were eliminated. She only had one scene with her son in the car. One scene. In the car. I guess the football game maybe a little bit. A grand total of what? 60 seconds of screen time? You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about, Ray Fisher? Whose loving scenes with her son were eliminated, as was the accident that killed her and led to his transformation. By the way, that accident was only like 2 seconds long. That was another disappointing part. I wanted that to go on longer. I wanted to see more of that accident, but it was just a cut to black. Quite the disappointment. The material was later restored in the Snyder Cut version of the film that streamed on HBO Max. It represents that his parents are two genius-level black people, Fisher says. We don't see that every day. I don't understand how Cyborg's mom getting in a car accident proves that she's a genius-level black person. I don't know. What are you trying to get at, Ray Fisher? What are you trying to get at? I mean, that doesn't sound like a genius-level black person. It sounds like an average intelligence black person to get in a car accident. Because that's all she did in the film. Guys, she was in one scene in a car. And he's making it seem like they cut this genius level black person from the film. It's just so weird. It's so weird. And it is one thing for Ray Fisher to bring up the fact, the blackness of the family, right? You know, two genius level black people. You'll notice that Ray Fisher's the only one that brings up race in this whole thing. Throughout this whole article, he's the one who constantly brings up race. What is his mind preoccupied about? Probably that. Probably that. And he probably doesn't care that much about the cyborg character like Geoff Johns does. My only one's going to point that one out. Chavez. Yeah, two genius level black people. We don't see that every day. See how racist that sounds? I know, right? Yeah, 100%. And it's coming from Ray Fisher's mouth. Yeah, we don't see genius black people every day. Wow, Fisher. Okay. Wow. Okay. Whedon sent out an email asking for questions, comments, or fulsome praise, but Fisher says it became clear all he was looking for was the fulsome praise, trying to strike a jocular tone. Fisher responded that he mourned the loss of the cyborg material, but was moving on. Good on you, Ray Fisher. You're acting like a professional actor and moving on when you get new material, right? I'm gassy. He said he had notes to avoid issues in terms of representation of the character, but in a call with Whedon, Fisher says he had barely started talk when the filmmaker cut him off. It feels like I'm taking notes right now, and I don't like taking notes from anybody, not even Robert Downey Jr., Whedon said. Other sources on the project say Whedon was similarly dismissive of Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa when they questioned the new lines. That's hysterical. Dude, can you imagine that? Can we just think about that for a second and how funny that is? Right? You have these megastars and Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa, and Josh Whedon's like, I don't even take notes from Robert Downey Jr. That is fucking funny. That's fucking comedy. You know what I'm saying? It's a really dry sense of humor, but still, like, that is a comedic way to go about things. Right? Like, I don't even take notes from Robert Downey Jr. Like, you should know who you're working with Josh Whedon. I don't understand what the big problem is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the big fucking problem here? What's up, Miguel? What's up, Miguel? Oh, the philosophical pickle. I've seen a few of your streams with hot takes. Yes. The saddest part about all this is that you are a Rays fan. I'm off. Oh, Yankees fan. Oh, yeah, dude. That series is coming up. I'm actually going to the game on Sunday. So, you know, Rays are going to own the Yankees again, just like every year, just like every goddamn year. All right. Shadow Vessel. This all overlines crave differences. That's what it sounds like. It all sounds like crave differences. It's funny that Josh Whedon would dismiss Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa. Anybody taking this personally is a simp. Like, is a simp for these actors. That's what it is. 100%. Like, Josh Whedon declined to comment for this piece. I wonder why. But this is the part where we talk a little bit about Geoff Johns. And it is so funny because none of this about Geoff Johns would lead to any of this hatred Geoff Johns is getting, right? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you read this stuff about Geoff Johns and his perspective on things, and it's like, why would he get any hate? You know, saying that there's no reason why people should be going after him this hard over like stuff like this, creative differences, as you said, Shadow Vessel. There's no reason why anybody should be going after anybody this hard. Fisher turns to Johns, who he says had presented himself as a kind of mediator, so, you know, not really in charge, just like the buffer in between Whedon and fucking Ray Fisher, right? But Fisher says his ultimate response was, we can't make Johns mad. Publicist Howard Bragman, who represents Johns, denies that. But Johns says, this is what Johns says, recalls suggesting that any creative pitches should happen when Joss Whedon was not preoccupied, so he would be most receptive. Okay, so Johns is saying he gave Ray Fisher some helpful advice. He gave Ray Fisher helpful advice on how to talk to Whedon. Did Ray Fisher follow that advice? Probably not. Probably fucking not. Once Whedon got involved, Fisher says that Johns told him that it was problematic that Cyborg smiled only twice in the film. That's their opinion. Fisher says he later learned from a witness who participated in the investigation that Johns and other top executives, including then DC Films co-chairman John Berg and Warner Studio chief Toby Emmerich, that's a mouthful, had discussions in which they said they could not have an angry black man at the center of the film. John's representative responds that once the chairman of the studio mandated a brighter tone for the film, all further discussions centered on an adding joy and hopefulness to all 6 characters. There are always conversations about avoiding any stereotypes of race, gender, and sexuality. Wow. God damn it. Wow. The John's rep, like, that guy deserves a medal. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy shit. He just buried Ray Fisher with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a mandate from the studio heads to Geoff Johns and everybody working on the film that they had to make the film more joyous and hopeful to all the superheroes. And I don't know if you watched Zack Snyder's Justice League, but Ray Fisher Cyborg is kind of aggro the whole film. He is kind of aggro the whole film. I see what they were worried about. You know what I'm saying? I see it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Cyborg should say booyah. I don't know. It might be the only thing that people actually identify with his character about from the Teen Titans show. The only thing people actually give a fuck about Cyborg about. Maybe they should say booyah. I don't know. Johns told Fisher, we're moving on with the piece now. Johns told Fisher he should play the character less like Frankenstein and more like kind-hearted Quasimodo. Fisher says that in order to demonstrate that the look he wanted, Johns dipped his shoulders in what struck Fisher as a servile posture. Wow. Fisher is all kinds of sensitive. He's all kinds of sensitive here. He can't handle Joss Whedon talking down to him like Joss Whedon talks down to everybody. Everybody already knows this about him. Ray Fisher can't handle that. And he can't handle Geoff Johns telling him to act like Quasimodo instead of Frankenstein. That's the big fucking thing here. That's the big fucking thing here. You're right, Miguel. He probably should move on. He probably should fucking move on. I mean, I feel like this article really is Ray Fisher moving on. I really hope that this is where he drops it and like he moves on with his life. Because you still have time to salvage yourself, Ray Fisher. Because the shit they lay out in this article, there is no reason why anybody should go in after anybody about this. This is creative differences. This is people not getting along on set. This is shit I've been putting together since all this like little tidbits have been coming out. I've been saying over and over that this sounds like, on set quibbles. You know what I'm saying? Like people didn't like each other on a movie, which happens all the fucking time. Goddamn. Edwin Every article that comes out just proves Johns was right. Ray's delusional. Yeah, I know. Because like at the end of the day, Cyborg should be acting more like a Quasimodo than a Frankenstein monster. By the way, Frankenstein is the name of the doctor. It's not the name of the monster. Okay, Ray Fisher. So for some reason he wants Cyborg to act like a Frankenstein monster. He wants Cyborg to act like a monster for some reason. I don't understand what the connection is. Even if you watch the Frankenstein movie, Frankenstein dies at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going for? You know, what is the point of Cyborg acting like Frankenstein? I'm so confused on that. To Fisher, there was a big difference between portraying a character who was born with a disability versus one who has been transformed by trauma. But Frankenstein wasn't transformed by trauma. You know, the monster Frankenstein was created from dead body parts from Dr. Frankenstein. You know, so Frankenstein's not even a good comparison for Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? It literally doesn't make any sense. But anyway, and he felt Cyborg was a kind of modern day Frankenstein. I didn't have any intention of playing him as a jovial, cathedral cleaning individual. As if Cyborg was going to be cleaning a cathedral. As if Cyborg was going to be doing that. Like, dude, Ray Fisher has to be the most dense person on the planet. Or he really is this stupid. He really is this stupid. They were not asking you to be a cathedral cleaning individual. They were asking you to play him like Quasimodo. And as Geoff Johns' representatives responds, Geoff gave a note using a fictional character as an example of a sympathetic man who is unhappy and has an inclination to hide from the world, which is fucking exactly what Cyborg is doing in the movie, in Zack Snyder's movie, and in fucking the Joss Whedon version. Cyborg is doing the same thing in both versions, really. A sympathetic man who is unhappy in both versions, and his inclination to hide from the world, which he does in both versions. But one whom the audience roots for because he has a courageous heart. That's exactly the same fucking thing in both movies, guys. Like what the hell? Like, what the hell? Spooky Diaz, you should do a Mr. H reviews video about, Mr. H tears him apart. That's hysterical. That's hysterical. Cyborg is a tragic character at heart from the original Teen Titans comics. Yes. You know, it's funny. You know who revitalized the Teen Titans comics? Geoff Johns. That's another fucking person that revitalized the Teen Titans comics. Fisher told Johns, it might be one thing for a non-black person. Wow, this is fucking amazing right here. This is fucking amazing right here. That this is what goes through Fisher's fucking mind right here. Hold on, I need a drink. Woo. This is amazing that this is what goes through Ray Fisher's mind. Fisher told Johns it might be one thing for a non-black person to write the character for a comic, but it was another for a black actor to portray that character on screen. How much experience does Ray Fisher have with Cyborg? One fucking movie. Geoff Johns has wrote the Cyborg character in hundreds of different books. You think you might want to listen to what Geoff Johns has to say. Apparently, Geoff Johns has wrote the Cyborg character more than any other Cyborg writer, including the guy who created Cyborg. You think you might want to take Geoff Johns' advice. You think anybody that's working on these fucking movies might want to take Johns' advice, but they didn't. They didn't, dude. Johns got shafted this whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying? He never had control of anything, which is proven by this article. They keep saying he's a mediator. In every article that's come out, Geoff Johns is portrayed as a guy that's a mediator between the studio and what's happening on set. That's Geoff Johns' like role in everything that they've come out about anything that has to do with this. That's Geoff Johns' role, which is fucking mind-blowing. Yes, he wouldn't even be in the fucking movie if it wasn't for Geoff Johns, which is in this fucking article. We'll get to that part. We'll get to that part in a moment here. Charles, I think, Chuck Roven? Somebody says that later in this article. We'll get to it. Fisher told Johns, all right, non-black person, blah, blah, blah. It was like he was assuming how black people would respond rather than taking the advice from the only black person with any kind of creative impact on this project. As if Ray Fisher had any creative impact on this project. Fucking hysterical. Hysterical. To not listen to the guy who not only put Cyborg in the Justice League, but has wrote Cyborg more than any other comic book writer is fucking delusional on so many levels. So many levels. I can't think of the proper word right now because I'm a little drunk. Maybe delusional is not the right word. Pretentious. Maybe that's a better word. It's very pretentious on Ray Fisher's side to assume that Geoff Johns is just talking about how black people would respond rather than how Cyborg would respond, right? Geoff Johns knows how Cyborg would respond. He's not assuming from the black people's perspective. He's not assuming from that. He's assuming from Cyborg's perspective because he's wrote Cyborg how many times? You know what I'm saying? Like it's mind-boggling. You know when you put your mind in a boggle. Yes, Ray's a fucking idiot. This article proves it. Over and over, this article proves it. Honestly, I'm sick of hearing about Ray and his BS in the Snyder cut. Yeah, dude, I'm sick of it too. It's all bullshit at this point. Because we all saw Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's nothing special. It's nothing mind-blowing. It's literally has the same beats as Aquaman. It's the same fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? You even have musical beats where the fucking you hear a pop song playing as Flash is saving Iris. It's the same as you hearing that pop song playing as Aquaman and Jason Momoa, Jason Momoa and Mira are walking through that town in Italy. It's like the same fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing mind-blowing about this. It's a little sad. You know what I'm saying? Like people aren't being honest about this Justice League movie. It's a good movie, but is it better than BVS? No. You know what I'm saying? No. And that could be fair. Maybe John's reasoning wasn't for creative. It was assuming backlash from BLM types, which, Ray Fisher is a Black Lives Matter person, Panther God. He is that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like ruins your theory right there. Because he's arguing with a Black Lives Matter person, essentially. That was the last creative conversation I had with Geoff Johns that I had. I knew I was on my own. Johns' representatives deny that he ever dismissed any comments and adding that Fisher knew Johns, whose spokesperson requested that he be identified as Lebanese American. Wow, like Geoff Johns is fucking going for the jugular right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, dude, I'm Lebanese American. What are you talking about? I never said any of that, Ray. Had involved traditionally all-white DC properties like Shazam, Justice Society of America, and others into diverse groups of heroes in his extensive work as a comic book author. That's Geoff Johns. That's Geoff Johns. That's the Geoff Johns I know from the comic books, from decades of reading his books. This is what he does with every fucking version of these characters. He takes these traditionally all-white superheroes and he diversifies the group. That's what he does all the fucking time. And you're trying to say he's racist, Ray Fisher. You're trying to say he enabled racism. When he was just having a creative difference with you, Ray Fisher, that's all that happened. That's all that happened. Justice League producer Charles Roven. Charles fucking Roven. Charles Roven is the same guy that was producing Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, Man of Steel, all these DC movies, right? He says, I fully empathize with Ray and his character arc was significantly altered and shortened. I've also collaborated with Geoff Johns over many years and found him to be a gracious and humble man, much as most people that work with him. Have you noticed all the negative stories about Geoff Johns come from people that haven't worked with him? You know what I'm saying? The fucking, everything Garza's ever said. Garza's never even talked to Geoff Johns. Fucking everything that, Dave from Film Junkie said, he's never even spoke to Geoff Johns. You know what I'm saying? Dude, all these people have never even talked to Geoff Johns. Jason Layboy, the photographer dude, he never talked to Geoff Johns. He had a passing with Geoff Johns. They never even looked each other in the fucking eyes, okay? These are where all the negative stories are coming from. People that have never talked to Geoff Johns one-on-one. Doesn't that tell you something? Geoff took it upon himself to put Cyborg in the Justice League comics. It was the first place and has written more about the character than any other individual except for the creator. He loves Cyborg. Dude, this is a second party. This is Charles fucking Roven, the guy who brought Zack Snyder onto Man of Steel, saying that Geoff Johns is a gracious, humble man. Dude, I don't know how Ray Fisher can keep going forward with trying to get Geoff Johns. I don't know how he can keep forward. He can keep going with that bullshit. I don't know how that's possible. Oh, this is the best part. Where is this part? Hold on. Oh, yeah, here it is. This is it. With reshoots underway, and this is going to be the last thing I read, and then we'll just bullshit for a minute. With reshoots underway, Fisher says Whedon raised the issue again. Geoff tells me... I could hear Whedon's voice, too. I could hear it, too. If y'all see us behind the scenes, you could... Geoff tells me Cyborg has a catchphrase. He told him. Fisher says he expressed his objections, and it seemed the matter was dropped until Berg, the co-chairman, TC Films, and producer on the project, took him to dinner. This is one of the most expensive movies Warner's has ever made, Berg said to Fisher. Dude, it's just so fucking funny how Ray Fisher's a total drama queen. He's a total drama queen that didn't deserve to be on this movie, dude. They picked him out of a lineup and they said, you're going to be Cyborg, when they could have picked anybody else. It was a blessing from God that he was Cyborg. And Ray Fisher thinks that he's allowed to dictate the direction the movie goes. Dude, you were picked out of a lineup. Anybody could have been fucking Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? There is nothing special about you getting cast as Cyborg. And then John Burke has to tell him that this is the most expensive movie Warner Brothers has ever made. Know your role, Ray Fisher. Do your job. You know what I'm saying? They're giving you new lines. You say the new lines. If you don't like it, boo-hoo. You know what I'm saying? You're still getting paid to do the job. And he says a bunch of other shit about here. About Booyah. But this is what part I want to read. This is the last part I'm going to read. Because this is where I just laughed so hard when I first read it. But he shot the take. He shot the Booyah take. He was forced to say Booyah. And that's, if you remember, back when this all first started, John Burke came out immediately and he said, I remember Ray Fisher having a problem with Booyah. That was the first thing John Burke ever said about any of this. I remember Ray Fisher having a problem with Booyah. That was the first thing ever said. But he shot the take. Ray Fisher shot the take anyway. As he arrived on set, he says, Whedon stretched out his arms and said a line from Hamlet in a mocking tone. Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounce it to you. Fisher replied, Josh, don't. I'm not in the mood. Dude, Ray Fisher's so fucking salty. He's so fucking salty, dude. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable how salty Ray Fisher can be right here. Josh, don't. I'm not in the mood. I don't want to say this line. And And Josh Whedon's like, say it, bitch. Like, oh my God. That's the abuse. Like, this whole fucking thing is about that. Let it sink in. You know what I'm saying? If this happened to me, and this is what Geoff Johns said to me, I would have had fun with him. You know what I'm saying? I would have said something funny back. You know what I'm saying? Instead of making a big stink about it and being a drama queen and saying, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Ugh. Like, that's so fucking annoying, guys. Like, come on. Like, come the fuck on. Okay. As he left the set after saying just the one phrase for the cameras, he said, Whedon called out, nice work, Ray. As he's walking away, just, nice work, Ray. Undercut him at the legs. Great. Dude, I don't feel, I'm fine with Josh Whedon now. After reading this, like, you kidding me right now? I'm fine with him. I'm fine with Josh Whedon. So it looks like here, Josh Whedon was giving, like, the most drama actor. Like, Ray Fisher being the most drama queen, and Josh Whedon was, like, making fun of him. Like, that's all that fucking happened, guys. That's all that happened. And Ray Fisher's trying to blow it up into something else. Like, it's right here in black and white, dude. From Ray Fisher's mouth, from Warner Brothers' mouth. Like, what is there to give a fuck about this anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's everything I suspected from the beginning. That this is somebody who had creative differences. He was salty, and he wanted to get back at them. And, it sounds a lot like Zack Snyder, too. This sounds a lot like what Zack Snyder wants to do as well, which is fucked up. That Jody from Jody's Corner might just be fucking right about this. Like, who gave Ray Fisher the push to go after these people at Warner Brothers? Who did it? Warner Brothers in this article, I don't know if I can find it, but they say that they think Zack Snyder is behind Ray Fisher. That's fucking crazy, guys. That Warner Brothers is saying that. Dude, that they are essentially like pointing the finger at Zack Snyder. Like, that's fucking crazy. But anyway. Nevers. Yeah, I don't read all this. A lot of this is about Josh Whedon, actually. Like, I would say like 90% of this is about Geoff Johns, Josh Whedon, and Ray Fisher. But yeah, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, guys. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? That's all I'm going to read from that. That's all I'm going to read from that fucking article. Jody is a bigger clown than Ray. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But, dude, the fact that Warner Brothers is kind of giving validity to everything Jody said is fucking mind-blowing, dude. So fucking mind-blowing. Wow. Panther God says Johns and Whedon portrays Superman's true personality perfectly in the Whedon cut. Yeah, that's an opinion. That's an opinion. Yes. Cult film video. Yes. Making fun of your action isn't productive. True. Ray Fisher is a prima donna. So is Josh Whedon. Yeah, I agree. Dude, Josh Whedon's like, I won't even listen to Robert Downey Jr. And Ray Fisher thinks that Josh Whedon's going to do anything for him. He doesn't even listen to Robert Downey Jr. What are you thinking? Like, what do you think is going to happen, Ray Fisher? Like, what do you think was going to happen? It's wild. It's wild how easily all this could have been avoided, right? On set and everything. Like, you just got to get with Josh Whedon. When all this stuff about Josh Whedon was going down, Alan Tudyk came out and said, that's not the Josh Whedon I know. Like, Nathan Fillion's all like, I'd never had those experiences with Josh Whedon. Maybe you just have to get Josh Whedon's personality and his fucking, like, humor, and maybe you'll get along with him better. I don't know. I could be crazy. I could be crazy, guys. But that seems like that's closer to reality than any bullshit anybody's come up with. Yes. If he's an asshole, it's not a crime. If he's Jody said, if you can go back to my videos, I talk about, there was a video where he talked about, hold on here. There's a video where he talked about how Zack Snyder is behind Ray Fisher and has been planning to take down Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers actually accuses Zack Snyder of the same thing right here in this article, if I could find it. It's here somewhere. But that's crazy. That's crazy. Warner Brothers is like, we think Zack Snyder is behind Ray Fisher. That adds validity to what Jody was saying from Jody's Corner, which is fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. So it's here somewhere. I'm gonna find it. David Mayberry, just a dickhead. Who, Whedon? Yeah, I'm sure he's a dickhead. Is that a crime? No. Is that a reason to get, expelled from Hollywood? Is that a reason to get ostracized? You know what I'm saying? No. I'm not talking about Chris Terrio. I'm not talking about him. Chris Terrio gets no say. Chris Terrio gets no say. He's a horrible writer here. He wrote one good film in Argo. That was like 2014. I like BVS. Not many people did. And then he wrote that Zack Snyder Justice League, which is like passable at best. And then he wrote Rise of Skywalker. So, you tell me why I should give a fuck about what Chris Terrio has to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like his scripts are anything special here. Several sources who spoke with Fisher. It's time to talk to W. Victors. That's another one. That's another one. They're talking about the Krypton thing in this article right here. Dude, there's a part where John's spokesperson says, what were standard continuity notes for a scene were being spun in a way that are not only personally offensive to Geoff Johns, but to the people that know who he is and know the work he's done and know the life he lives. And Geoff Johns has personally seen firsthand the painful effects of racial stereotypes concerning hair and other cultural stereotypes, having been married to a black. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me share this. Boom. As Geoff Johns has personally seen firsthand the painful effects of racial stereotypes concerning hair and other cultural stereotypes, having been married to a black woman who he has with for a decade, and with his second wife, who is Asian American, as well as his son, who is mixed race. Can I get a fucking medal now? Can I get a fucking medal now? Are you all gonna give me my fucking clout? Are you all gonna give me my fucking clout right now? Am I gonna get any of it? You understand me? You understand how fucking right I was about this for months? Do you understand how much shit I gotten for saying this exact line? Do you understand? Do you fucking understand me? I have said that Geoff Johns has had a black wife. He was married to a black woman. I've said that over and over. What did I get for it? You know what I'm saying? What did I get for it? Yes, Spooky DS, the dialogue was garbage. There was a fucking scene with a hamburger in it. The hamburger was the main part of the fucking Flash scene. Are you kidding me right now? You know what I'm saying? It's nothing special. It's nothing special. Oh, yeah, he divorced his black wife because of racism. Yes, Jose. Jose, I hope you are acknowledging the fact that I've been right about this way more than Junkie XL. I mean, David the Film Junkie. Junkie XL. David the Film Junkie. I hope you're acknowledging that I've been way more right about this than him. You know what I'm saying? Garza, all of those, Stephen Colbert, all of those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We're talking so much shit about Geoff Johns. Meanwhile, I'm the one that's like, there's no way he's racist. He's been married to a black woman. He's married to an Asian woman. He has a mixed race kid. I've been saying that for how long? While people were saying Geoff Johns was racist. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, guys. It's fucked up. Okay? How fucking right I've been about this. How fucking right I've been about this. Ridiculous. I think, yeah, Shadow Vessel, you were on one of those streams with me, right? You had to have been on one of those streams when I said that this exact same fucking line, dude. This exact same fucking line. The same fucking thing. It's fucking crazy how right I was about this. It's fucking crazy. By late June 2020, Fisher went public with his dissatisfaction at what he viewed as Warner's inaction. For their part, Warner sources contend that Fisher was being manipulated by Snyder. This is the part of the article I was talking about. This is the part that adds validity to what Jody from Jody's Corner was saying. For their part, this is what Warner Brothers says. This is what Warner Brothers thinks. Fisher was being manipulated by Snyder, who hoped to reclaim control of the DC film universe. Guys, that's what Warner Brothers is saying. That is fucking huge. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucking crazy that they would even make that claim. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what has Snyder said since they've made this fucking huge fucking assertion at him? You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. Doesn't Zack Snyder owe us a response right now? I think he does. I think he owes everybody a fucking response. What has Zack Snyder said about this whole situation here? Can he say that this isn't true? Fisher was being manipulated by Snyder? Can he say that's not true? Because I think it is. It makes more and more sense when you think about it. Justice League was Fisher's first movie. Zack Snyder discovered him, brought him on the project, you know what I'm saying? And we know that Ray Fisher's a drama queen, prima donna. It wouldn't take much to push him over the edge. It wouldn't take much to be like, oh, hey, Fisher, why don't you just go after them? Yeah, I got you back. You'll be in my movies in the future. That's all Snyder has to say. And then, boom, Ray Fisher could just go and do what he wants, right? Fisher says that the assertion that a black man would not have his own agency is just a racist conversation. Who said that? Who said a black man would not have his own agency? Whoever said that besides Ray Fisher in this article? Ray Fisher's the only one that said this. Ray Fisher's the only one bringing up race this whole time. Guys, he's a Jesse Smollett. He's a guy using his race to get attention. 100%. 100%. And this article proves it. Ray Fisher was very foolish for saying all this because it points to him being a prima donna, race. What's it called? When you're looking for attention just based on your race, what's it called? It's called something. Race baiting? Is that what it's called? Yeah. This guy proves it. He's just race baiting. Nothing about what Warner Bros. Does shows that they were racist. You know what I'm saying? Ray Fisher's the only one who brings up race every single time. Race baiting people. It's sad. It's really sad. And Geoff Johns did nothing wrong. You all did Geoff Johns dirty, man. He did nothing wrong. He was a mediator. You know what I'm saying? He was doing what he was told by the people that were paying his checks. The same exact thing I've been telling you for fucking years. Years I've been telling you. Almost years now. I've been telling you. Unbelievable. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Incredible. Incredible. Snyder denied it? Where? He needs to make a public statement. Denying it on Bureau is not a public statement. He needs to make something for real. He needs to make Zack Snyder needs to actually put the note in this Hollywood Reporter article. There is no note in this article with Zack Snyder's name on it. There would be an update here with Zack Snyder denying it. He hasn't. He fucking hasn't. Zack Snyder is. I don't know how anyone could fucking still stand behind him right now. Jose M. Fuck Matt Yarborough, dude. Matt Yarborough? You kidding me? The guy who copyright strikes how many channels because he doesn't like them? Fuck that guy. You know what I'm saying? Why do you follow these crap people, dude? Why do we follow these crap people all the time? Fucking Dave Junkie just wants to get you hooked on seeing the same shit over and over. Oh, yeah, Warner Brothers is the bad guys. Over and over. Over and over. It's a cycle that will never end. There is no end to this, guys. There is no end to the Ray Fisher thing. Or what do you think the end's going to be? They fire everybody at Warner Brothers. No. Nothing's going to happen. It's just a way to keep you guys hooked on clicking videos. For the love of God. No one can see it. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Oh, release the numbers. Oh, we gotta release the numbers. We gotta release the Snyder Cut. They already released the numbers. It wasn't as good as Wonder Woman 84. It wasn't as good as Godzilla vs. Kong, and nobody can accept it. Nobody can accept it. Comic Movie Marks make an hour stream just going in circles about it. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you all accept that maybe everybody's not fucking crazy about the Snyder Cut? 1 million people. Wow. It's crazy. Garza can't even get his own clicks. He's got to leech off everybody else. That's so fucking true. So fucking true. Enigma, were you here from the beginning? Johns is exonerated. It's proven right here in this article. In this article right here, Ray Fisher exonerates Geoff Johns. He exonerated him. All right? 100%. Geoff Johns was a mediator. He never said anything racist. He knows way more about the character than Ray Fisher. So that's why Geoff Johns had an opinion on it. Geoff Johns' wife is black. You know, his second wife is Asian. They had a mixed race kid. Geoff Johns is not racist. He's exonerated. Are you kidding me? You kidding me right now? Josh Whedon's the one that didn't reply in this article. Josh Whedon's the only one that didn't say anything. So fuck Josh Whedon. I don't really care about Josh Whedon, but you know, Geoff Johns, the God. You know what I'm saying? The comic book God. Yeah, he deserves a second chance. He deserves a second, third, fourth, fifth chance. Okay? What's happening April 22nd? What's happening April 20th? I don't know. What's happening April 22nd? You tell me. Are they, Miguel? Are they? Are they? Guys, I can't tell you what the big difference is between the two movies. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what the big difference is between these fucking movies. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. You know, they get the mother boxes, the team unites to fight Steppenwolf to stop him from uniting the mother boxes. It's the same story in both movies. It's the same fucking story. It's just cooler in Zack Snyder's version. But it's not any deeper. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that deep about it. Like it wasn't BVS. Nothing that deep about it. It's fucking sad. Yes, Matthew. Y'all go in circles about those numbers. It's annoying. Y'all go in circles about that shit. You really think Warner Brothers would hide numbers if they were super fucking successful? You really think they would hide that? Like how fucking... Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. Like, if they had a huge fucking hit on their hands, why would they hide it? They would tell everybody. They would scream from the rooftops. You know what I'm saying? It's only a good thing if something blows up and becomes successful. That's it. A link to what, Matt? What do you want to link to? They already released these numbers. Guys, they already showed what the Snyder Cut did. And it did worse than Wonder Woman 1984. Like, they already showed this. The first week, it had worse numbers than Wonder Woman 84. What are you guys talking about? I was going in circles about nothing. Wonder Woman fucking got better fucking numbers than the Snyder Cut. And then Godzilla vs. Kong got better numbers than both of them combined. You know what I'm saying? Wonder Woman 84 was watched more than Zack Snyder's Justice League, data suggests. This is from your precious Screen Rant. Your precious Screen Rant is saying this. There's other articles about this shit. How the Snyder Cut fixes Wonder Woman 84. That's a funny headline. That's funny. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you, Spooky. It was better. Anybody thinks that Wonder Woman 84 isn't good? Obviously had an agenda against the film. Obviously. Don't you love how we could spin that on every goddamn film? Don't you love that? How we could spin that on every fucking film? Oh, I mean, the people didn't like, the Snyder Cut because they had an agenda against it, or they only liked it because they didn't want to get hate from the Snyder Cut mob. That could be true, too. That could be true, too. All this bullshit could be true. I'm trying to find the exact numbers here. Because there was another number that said Zack Snyder's Justice League, only like 38% of people that started it finished it. That's horrible. That's horrible. You know what I'm saying? That's not good at all. Find that percentage somewhere. According to a study, only 36% of 1.8 million households that tuned into the Snyder Cut in its first week made it through to the end, meaning that over 60% of viewers didn't finish the film. Is that just some Warner Brothers, misinformation they're putting out there? Is that Warner Brothers misinformation? Is everything a fucking conspiracy? Like, really, guys? How pathetic can you be? Like, why would they lie about it underperforming? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't they lie about it actually doing better than what it did? Wouldn't you want to lie in that direction? Everybody's opinions are valid until I say they're not valid. Reasons sounds perfectly. Yes, reasons. Everybody's got their reasons. Everybody's got their fucking reasons about their clickbait bullshit that want you to click on videos over and over about nothing. About fucking nothing. Ridiculous. Miguel, 36% of people finished the Snyder Cut. 36%. Nothing to do with holidays. They had a week to watch it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we're going to see the 2 weeks. Stop making excuses. Y'all make excuses all the goddamn time. You know why? Because people can retweet the same hashtag over and over. Like, one person could retweet the same hashtag 100 times, and that counts as 100 fucking retweets. Like, what the hell? You guys don't know how this shit works. Twitter's not the real world. Hello. Yeah, 36% of people finishing is bad. You know, when I was showing it to people, I had a friend come over with his wife, and we watched it, and they were falling asleep by the last hour and a half. I think it was the percussion. I think it was the shitty Junkie XL score doing it over and over and over in the last hour of the film. I think that's what was putting them to sleep. I think that is what put them to sleep. No, you idiot. This isn't Attorney Hill. This is being honest. All right, Miguel, this is being honest, which nobody else is doing for you right now. Nobody else. Nobody else is doing for you. Everyone's just going to lie to you and say it's a conspiracy and Warner Brothers doesn't want it to, you know, succeed. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. They would love if the Snyder Cut was this huge hit. You understand? Like, they would love if hundreds of millions of people watched it. They would love that. You know what I'm saying? That's money in their pocket. It's ridiculous. That's money in Toby Emmerich's pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, 4 hours isn't for everybody. For sure. And yeah, the Junkie XL score was garbage. Thank you, Spooky. Thank you. You're spooky. Anyway, I'd say I'm done ranting about this stuff. Geoff Johns exonerated by the article. Everybody that was saying anything about Geoff Johns except for me was wrong. Okay? Everybody. Everybody. Okay? Everybody. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. Clearly. Woke universe. Do you think the James Gunn Suicide Squad is going to be very woke? James Gunn is not that kind of person. Okay, he's not that kind of person. I'm really interested to see what that Suicide Squad is. I bet it's just going to be a stupid, like, cartoony movie, just like Zack Snyder's Justice League. Same fucking shit. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. I'm at an hour, guys. I got to turn it off here. Geoff Johns exonerated by Ray Fisher's own words and Warner Brothers' words. Restore the Schumacher verse because that's just as good as the Snyder verse, in all honesty. Yeah. Yeah, I read about that, but you know, that's another topic for another day here. Maybe I'll get on stream tomorrow about that. This weekend, on the Saturday, on the 11th, right? Is Saturday the 11th? No, Saturday's the 10th. Saturday's the 10th. I will be on a stream with Film Trigger. We will be watching Waterworld, the Kevin Costner Waterworld. I think it's on Netflix till like April 30th, and then they take it off Netflix. This is its last month on Netflix. So check out Waterworld with us, with Film Junkie. We will get on that. It's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun one. Yeah, Rondo, I'm not fighting any fight anymore. What good fight? I'm not fighting any fight anymore. Yeah, you're mine. I did watch my review, Miguel. It's on my channel. Watch my review. I go into in-depth analysis in it. Very in-depth analysis, guys. Go check out my Godzilla vs. Kong review. Okay. Anyway, that's it for now. Have all a special day. No, Film Trigger. Film Trigger. Did I say Film Junkie? Film Trigger. Film Trigger. Yes. Yes. Did I say Film Junkie? I'm sorry. I just have bullshit on my mind. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Bye-bye for now.